Alright, let's take two. Snafu Radio. Hopefully I got the link. Any other time this wouldn't happen. I'm going to leave a link in his feeds under videos. Go down his list and look for Trump with a mustache. Okay? With a big grin on his face. Go listen to this. Because he's got enough compelling, I'd say, compelling evidence to show that he wasn't off Twitter very long. And he's under his ghost name, John Brandon. I keep doing it. John Barron. Okay. You get a chance, please go look at it. Like I said, it's compelling. And a person can go look up the Twitter feed. And he gives a few hints to who it is on the Twitter feed. Trump's ghost handle for where he wrote books back years ago. But y'all get a chance, go check it out. Snafu Radio. I'll leave a link. Alright, let's get on to this. X22, 2/15/2021. Okay. Let's see if I can get here. The Lincoln Project. Big joke. Everybody have an understanding. It was another foundation designed, run, and made to bring money in and distribute money to the upper crust and upper class. That's all it was about. It wasn't there to help nobody, just like the BLM. That has blowed up in all their damn faces. Alright, next. The cop that was so-called bludgeoned to death with a fire extinguisher in D.C., autopsy says that he didn't have no bruises or contusions on him. My understanding was he died of an aneurysm. Okay. But it's been brought out now, okay, after the so-called impeachment. Our president has 2.0 now. He's a double champion of the impeachment world. And Nancy Pelosi's still an idiot. All right, let's see. Now, here's a kicker. It wasn't less than a week ago, goofy ass Joe B was running around wondering why that all the National Guard was there, which we already know that about 80% of the theater that's going on ain't even happening in D.C., not in the buildings that we think they are in. And when they are, my understanding, according to the outsiders watching what's going on, these people are escorted everywhere they go by the National Guard and Marines. Okay. Now, Mr. Dumbass, this come from WTTG-TV Fox 5. He wants the National Guards and the fence to stay up to the end of 2021. I wonder what he knows. Could we, the people, might actually have input in that dumbass's life, or he understands that he don't feel quite safe? That may be a good thing, because this is how it's supposed to be anyway. A good running country is supposed to fear its people, not us fear it. It's supposed to be helping us run it. Okay. Joe also, all of a sudden, wants Gitmo closed. I found that funny as shit. Forgive me, you all. Alright, let's see. Nancy got up there and run her mouth about witnesses. I'm sure y'all seen this. It didn't take long to shut that big flapping ass lip down from somebody pumping air up her ass to make her lips move. Okay, because she's pretty much a corpse. Um, she went and witnesses. Trump's attorney said, no problem. Okay. First story I heard, their top 20. Okay. I ain't going to give you the whole 20 names. Y'all can look the story up. But number one on the list was Nancy Pelosi for first witness. Okay. One of them ended up getting a Twitter, I think it was a Twitter, out to the Dems and the Rhinos that there was another list that was created for the witnesses, and there's 201 witnesses on the list. Most people saying, oh, excuse me, it was John Solomon that done it, which I don't care who done it. It was funny just to watch their clown ass expressions. The attorney, the last one, I don't know if y'all seen that or not either, is on ABC or CBS. The dumbass reporter tried to verbally use words now in a manner against a lawyer, thinking he was too stupid to understand what she said. And there's about 4 or 5 times in the interview that he runs her right up against the fucking wall. Looks like she's about ready to fucking cry. Y'all got to see this. I mean, I'm sorry. I had to laugh my ass off at this shit. This dumbass twit. Okay. So-called reporter. Another key word for it is actor and address with a pretty face. That's all it is. That's all they've been for a very long time. Some wear suits. They call themselves men. Some people call them other things. Then they got the pretty ones running around in the dresses with the boobs that think they, since they can spit words, okay, there's some kind of glorified individual to actually have a say. But he rips her ass apart. Then he takes the mic off at the end of the interview and throws it down and walks off. It was funny as shit. Y'all got to see it. Okay. He eat her ass alive right there. I don't think there's too many reporters wanting to ask for an interview from this guy. Maybe Epoch Times or whatever, or maybe Project Veritas. They'd be the only ones qualified to actually report on it, because that's all I'm seeing out here anymore. OAN, they're still pretty much staying steady in the right direction most of the time, that my understanding is. Newsmax is flip-flopping like Fox does. So I don't put much stock in them people either. All right, the next big thing. I've been kind of keeping up with the silver market. Forgive my old beard, man. It's just done its own crazy shit this morning. But silver market. I think it was 1,000-pound bars. I'm thinking that's what it was. It's huge. Okay. England in the last 2 months has basically run out of silver. Had to reorder. Okay. There are also people that's the big people they call whales that order $5-10 million worth of silver at a time. They're telling them they can't get it to them for months. Okay. Then I was watching an interview this morning. It ain't just silver that's coming up on the short. It's also gold. So if anybody's got a chance right now, it's money metals is probably the best to go to, because they're trying to be totally fair and not hijack the shit out of the overage that they usually charge. Say if it's $27 an ounce, they're charging like 28, 29, something like that. Okay, y'all have to look at see what they're going by. But Money Metals had to order 6 times the amount of silver just to keep up with this month alone, to make sure they didn't run out of silver stock. It's working. The short's coming. And anybody that can get in on it, what this means in the long term is for all of us, 50 ounces, 100 ounces, if it climbs to what I'm hearing some of these professionals say, we're looking at 4 digits. Okay, right now as it stands, I've done a quick estimate yesterday. I've done spent, and this has been months and months and months and months and months doing this. I've got somewhere around $3,200 in silver. Okay, if it smacks the ceiling along with the gold, like they're talking about, we're looking at 4 digits. Most of these economists are actually projecting $1,000. Of course, it's going to step up in its increments, then it'll get to that point. So, if I got 100 ounces and paid $3,000, I'm looking at $100,000. Okay, just in $3,000 of silver, which is I think I got 111 ounces right now. I'd like to get 2 more 5-ounce Morgans next month. It's coming month. And I'd like to get up to 125 or 150, and I would feel safe, because if we get to that $1,000 mark, and here's what's the kicker: the mint in Australia, I think it's called, I got it wrote down here. I'm probably not going to say it right. The Perth Mint, by the end of this month, they're talking about closing their online store down. Okay, they're claiming they're going to go through and redo their computers as maintenance. Okay, my understanding, if it's maintenance, it could be done at night. Okay, when the place is closed, they don't need to cut the whole world off from their market. Okay, also, the Perth Mint last month bailed out the COMEX, Thailand, the United States. There was 1, 2, 3, 4. There was 6 different places that the Perth Mint bailed out. Okay, because they had the stock. Okay, their paper that they keep throwing over top of the silver and the gold is about ready to run out. Okay, their people are calling in the paper, wanting their actual metal, not the paper. Okay, this means their ETFs. Okay, they're wanting the actual, real tangible metal, so that they can hold it in their hand. Okay, what's the old saying? 1 bird in the hand is better than 2 in the bush. Okay, and people are also not buying their lies and schemes no more. When it comes, they try to tell us that this is going on or that's going on. People quit paying attention to their dumbass. Okay, now these was the leading experts of the world. Okay, people has quit listening to them. If they say one thing, we out here doing other things, because we know their opposite is the same. Okay, I don't know if y'all ever remember. Damn it, I can't remember the name of the movie, but I think it was Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy was in this movie, and it was about the New York Stock Exchange. Okay, back in the '80s. I'm sure some of y'all remember this movie. Okay, if you get a chance, go watch this movie. Okay, pay attention to what these 2 old billionaires are up to. They're going to try to short certain markets in the movie. Now, you got to imagine, this was in the '80s. They was showing people what the fuck they was doing in the '80s in movies. Oh, that's right. It's entertainment. Unless you was paying attention. Which, if I'd have been paying attention back then, I'd have been buying silver at dirt rate. I'd have probably had 1,000 ounces or better right now. I could probably retire pretty damn quick when and if this thing flips. My understanding, it may be faster than what we realize, or mid-spring. Okay, we may be looking at that. Sorry, y'all. I had one of them snot rockets that I had to get rid of. But anyway, I ain't gonna keep y'all long. I figured I'd give y'all some quick headlines and give y'all some more comedy in your life. My understanding too now, I was listening to Dave on X22. I still think somehow or another Dave's connected to the inside. Because this man's been too damn right on the money about everything ever since I've started listening to him. Very few times he's been off. Uh, I won't mention any dates or anything of that nature. Um, Somebody reported, and I can't think the lady's name. She's black-headed. She's got a pair of glasses. She uses a whiteboard. Some of y'all may know what I'm talking about. She was talking about the Narcia and Garcia, and somebody handed her down a set of figures. If this goes down, don't know when and where. Like I said, I don't want to give dates because that would be act like that I know something that nobody else does, and that'd be a lie. We can speculate all we want because a lot of that we're doing already. I'll get back to Trump here in a second. But anyway, she was handed down some figures from one of her insiders and said that we was looking at the start of the Narcia. She didn't give date, but she said that it would probably start off with our ex-military, the older people on Social Security, anybody that's on Social Security, and farmers. The first check that comes to every individual would be $100,000. Okay, this is me just hoping. Okay, this is hopium. That's all I can call it right now. Until the fat lady, when I open the mailbox, and a big old glowing sun flies out, and she's standing there going, ah, then I can believe it. Okay. Uh, that'd be the first check. Then it's, I think, somewhere around $100,000 a year for 11 years. This is what was told to her. So that's being brought back up into circles too. So that may be something promising. Okay, back to Trump. Dave, X22, made good sense. He pulled up some old Q post, and Trump used some key words in his letter from his office, um, thanking the attorneys and this, that, and the other. But he used a few key terms and phrases in the letter that Dave correlated back to the Q post. Okay, now that this is over, this last stupid ass impeachment, okay, which the Dems and the rhinos is going to try to come up with some other road blocking shit. But my understanding is now that a big mass part of the population just got woke up in two ways. One was their special needs person known as Joe is in office and he's fucking everything up. He's taking alphabets out of the alphabet soup. He's fucking everything. Trying to, anyway. My understanding, the power and the authority, he don't have as much as they claim he does. Okay. So that would give some kind of reassurance to everybody to have an understanding that he's more of a windbag than he is anything else. But anyway, now that this is over and done with, there will be justice coming soon, according to the way the Q drops are set up. And he run back through them with these two. He used two key words out of that letter, and it, like I said, it correlated back to the Q post and some. Now it goes back up in I think the 500s or the 3000s. I can't remember exactly. I wish I'd have wrote it down. I'm half-ass noting it right now, and that's stupid of me. I should keep better notes when I don't. But anyway, to let y'all know that. And there's the two things, like I said, the dumbass Joe, that was a wake-up call for a whole lot of idiots, okay? And also this impeachment. because there was stuff that got out that all these asshole MSMs had to report on live. They didn't have no choice. And anybody with a half a fucking brain that was listening, okay, and understanding and seeing with their own eyes what they had done by trying to manipulate, falsify evidence and everything else against President Trump, okay, they should have enough fucking common sense to have an understanding. Something's going on here, George. What the fuck? I ain't never heard no such shit. Well, that big wake-up call. Them two big wake-up calls. Now my understanding, goofy-ass Joe's trying to get rid of Hubert, and Hubert's stepping down, I think, at the end of this month, the 28th. But all the information and investigation goes over to the Punisher dude. I can't never think of his name either. But Biden can't get rid of him because he was made special counsel. So all this shit is going to pile up on these people's doorstep all at once. And y'all, please, keep your faith, keep strong, hold the line. What I'm gathering and what I feel, there's going to be a shit show in D.C. like we ain't never seen. Also, people's reporting, and it's sad in a way, but it needed to be done. Okay, there was another person a week or so ago was reporting on these body bags. They was being shipped to this one location, then all kinds of rental type trucks was picking these body bags up from all different places. Okay, or from that place, and was shipping them off to all different states. They said there was buttloads of them went to D.C. The understanding is the people that does have a little bit of intel, inside information with the military are saying, the sad part is some of these individuals, kids and adults, okay, they have been underground for so long that it's like the only thing I can come close to comparing it to would be like the bends, people that dive real deep into deep waters, that they got to be depressurized as they come up. If not, they go through a sickness, bend sickness. But some of these people have been underground for so long that some of the military that did get a little bit of info out to some people on the outside let them know that these people's insides was exploding because their insides could not take the pressure of the earth. So a lot of them are being relocated somewhere else in these tunnels underground under our Capitol, of all damn places. And these body bags, that the ones that didn't make it or the ones they found dead, are being hauled out of D.C. And then remember the buses that was showing up, the military and Abbott and all this other stuff, all these other buses that was like, and they're all lined up around the White House, getting in and then leaving after they got loaded, and they was blocking the cameras from any direction, putting up barricades at the doors high enough to where nobody couldn't proceed into trying to take pictures of what was really going on. That's what I'm hearing. And like I said, I'm not there, so I can't say I've seen it. But my understanding from the inside out, the military that was allowed to speak what little bit they could speak was allowing people to understand that's what was going on there. Okay? Because damn well for sure, Joe B and his retarded posse is not retaining their status there in D.C. And got one guy on the ground there that lives there in D.C. He's actually still reporting today, or was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Kamala Harris still hadn't moved in her house, and Mr. B hasn't moved into his house. They're still vacated. There's not nobody in them. So where in the fuck are they at? Oh, that's right, Hollywood Studios. Then you got all these CEOs stepping down. My understanding, that robot known as Zuckerberg, he stepped down. Somebody can quote something to me I've heard, okay, or take me to a story or show me if they've heard something different, please, because there's a bunch of them that's stepping down. And to verify the resignations and stuff, Trump was on that resignation thing for getting rid of the Actors Guild Union or whatever the hell that bunch of bullshit is, on that resignation pages. So to me, that even verified it even more. And basically, he told him to kiss his ass. I mean, that was a waste of money for him to rely on them to do nothing for him, because it was like a patch that you put on your fucking, yeah, I'm a member of blah, blah, blah. Kind of like the NRA. It's been a fucking joke probably for the last 20-something years. They talked a big game and lobbied a lot of fucking people, okay? But the main thing with our Second Amendment is, or if you want to give your rights up to these idiots, they will gladly take them. Or if you do not want to give your rights up, it's called the Second Amendment. You stand on it. You don't waver from it. You don't allow them to take something away from you that they cannot take legally without you giving it to them. This is why we all fight back right now under the First Amendment. That's standing our ground. All right, you all. Y'all have a good day. Like I said, I didn't want to make this too long. It still ended up almost 30 minutes. But peace to all y'all. And I believe, what is today? It's a Monday. The 15th. Okay. I'm thinking before the end of this month, we're going to see hell and fire and fury in probably many different places. Oh, and dumbass there in California, the people got their people that they needed to get punk ass out of his seat. So that's in process, my understanding. They're talking about putting the senators in jail in Arizona or whatever the hell these people are for going against the rules, regulations, and the rule of laws on the voter situation. Also, there's major lawsuits being served on these assholes everywhere. And we got multitudes of states that's telling Joe Biden go fuck himself on his EOs. Because they know they don't hold the fucking weight of a real EO. Because they know dumbass is a faux president. They know it. They've been knowing it. But for some reason, they got to keep their mouth shut too. Well, anyway, peace to y'all, and y'all have a good day. And didn't mean to carry on this long. But anyway, peace.